Hello and welcome to the quarterfinals for Grand Prix Montreal. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm joined by Marshall Sutcliffe and Pro Tour Hall of Famer Randy Bueller.
Oh,
it's a jam-packed booth and a jam-packed feature match area.
Oh boy, turn one, hopeful Eidolon.
That can only mean one thing.
Yeah, there is only one thing that means in all of Magic.
Ordeal you. Ordeal you too in this case.
You can concede or deal with this.
Right. And really, Brock has a very short window to deal with it. Now, if he's got that Baleful Eidolon, though, that can help a lot. He also can have a card like Voyage's End to reset the
would
situation.
Get it done right now.
Pharika's Cure would be awesome.
Except I'm not convinced he drafted one. He contemplated a couple.
The deck list yet.
Yeah, we'll get the deck list.
We have Dave's
once
deck list,
we
but not
can.
Brock's.
Okay, he
End.
does have Voyage's End.
There it is, and he's going to correctly main face it to play around what we
God's
talked
willing.
about earlier with God's Willing. And now what is Dave Shiels' backup plan here, right?
Play a heroic creature and enchant it with
Hopeful Eidolon.
Hopeful Eidolon? It's not that terrible.
No.
It's not that terrible, but I mean, this is going to set Dave back
And he also
a
has,
lot.
it looks like he also has a Dreamfinder in hand, so that ordeal could come back.
Oh my.
Okay.
Dreamfinder is a card that, by the way, has gone up. I've talked to a lot of players this weekend,
Yep.
and they like it a lot
Really?
more than they thought they did at first. Yeah.
I've got that same vibe. It's happened to me, too. Not in love, but I like it. All right, and here we go. Brock Parker is going to sit on this Siren of the Silent song, and he is going to get to just kind of go to work with it. Dave Shiels missing
Out of land.
blue mana here.
Yeah, no fourth land,
no
no
fourth
blue,
land.
blue mana.
The best he can do is a Leonin Snarecaster here.
Yep. No taps.
Yeah.
He tapped the Snarecaster to play around Asphyxiate if he really wants to.
I've seen people do that this
I
weekend.
have to.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I think the truth is he'd be happy to get Asphyxiate. Happy to get it asphyxiated.
It was interesting. I watched Alexander Hayne play a 3-drop spell before he played his fourth land, because I think he wanted his opponent, if his opponent was playing Stymied Hopes,
Get it.
he would rather have that Stymied Hopes
the next thing?
than something he was going to have to tap out for next turn.
That's pretty fun.
Nice.
All right, so Siren gets in there.
Siren's going to do some work here.
It's going to do a lot of work.
Like, Dave doesn't have a way to deal with it, right?
No.
No.
In his deck. He doesn't even have a last
He can
breath.
block it.
Yes.
And there's the Baleful Eidolon.
Yeah. So you got to like where
Skyguard.
Brock's at here. Hitting his land drops, developing his board.
Skyguard's pretty good here.
Yeah, Skyguard's sweet.
Skyguard with God's Willing.
He's got double God's Willing in hand as well.
Probably attack Snarecaster. Happy to trade it for the Eidolon.
Yep.
Brock's not interested in blocking.
After the final round, we have standings for Super Sunday Series Seals. We will announce the top 4, and the remainder will be posted on the pairings board. In first place, 21 points.
Got to play the Skyguard, right? Yep.
Yeah.
In second
Skyguard,
place,
ship the turn with
21
God's
points,
Willing.
Alex Bertoncelli.
Available.
In third place, 21 points, Nick Herring. And in fourth place, also
And
21 points.
still no land drop here for
Russell.
Dave.
No. So we're going to see, he's like, I'll get rid of this blue card.
Yeah, now that's an interesting one, though, because it is one of the only ones that can actually block the Siren. But, yeah, he just can't afford to
That double
discard
boon?
white.
What's
Yeah,
that?
double Boon of Erebos in
You're
Brock
right.
Parker's
Oh, they
hand.
both made the cut?
Yeah.
Yes, he's also got
little
Asphyxiate in his hand and the Shrike Harpy.
Interesting.
And I think maybe a Gray Merchant or something.
Yes. Are you going to asphyxiate Skyguard here with one white open?
That is
And run it
just
into
such a
God's
risky
Willing?
play.
Are you going to run it into God's Willing? That's my question.
I guess you want to know about God's Willing before you attack with Siren? Attack. Interesting.
Yeah, the problem, of course, here is it asphyxiates a sorcery, so he's not going to be able to sneak it in under a
Yeah, he's got the
God's Willing.
boon, though. I mean, if Dave Shiels blocks and God's Willings, he'll boon to regenerate. Next turn, he's going to get to untap and get the Inspired trigger off the Siren again. It's not a catastrophe.
No.
The dream would be if Dave's name's Blue. I think Dave will name Black.
That's dreamy. All right, so
Gets
here's
the
God's
Scry.
Willing. If it resolves, which that does and then that does, and this is obviously a pretty important scry here.
I mean, he could. Yeah, there's no way he names blue, right?
No.
I mean, it beats.
I guess he
it
could, I mean,
beats
he could have
Griptide
even
and
second,
Voyage's
yeah.
End.
Yeah.
I assume he named black.
I guess there's some thought that goes into it. Yeah, you could. You have to just figure out what tricks you think he has.
And the thing is that the blue tricks, probably Brock would have responded with an instant speed blue trick. But if he had Voyage's End or Griptide, he would have responded to the God's Willing, and the God's Willing would never have gotten the chance to resolve.
And Brock has no other play, so he just has to say go here. So a little mana stumble there for
There's
Brock.
that fourth land.
But it's a Plains. But I guess that's
he put
okay.
Yak on top. Yeah, I think he's fine to just go for Hopeful Eidolon here.
Can he?
You Hopeful Eidolon Skyguard and attack?
I mean, it's
and
risky.
Sarah, well, not Sarah, but Angel in for 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risky play. Like, Brock is representing quite a few different things that can bust that play up. But at the same time, you know, Dave has to wonder.
You can't hold cards against the Siren.
Yeah, is it going to get any better for him as things move forward? I mean, ideally, he'd like to have 2 more lands on the battlefield so he can do it with the safety of that.
Right.
We got result
God's
from the
Willing.
other match. Gerard Fabiano up a game on Ben Gomes.
Okay, but Dave decides, you know, I got to go for it here.
Yep.
And it resolves. So he finds the right spot.
4 power lifelink takes 6.
Brock falls to 8. He's going to make him discard a card.
The San Francisco Bay Area? Okay.
He's holding God's Willing and Griffin Dreamfinder.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you just got to get rid of the Dreamfinder here, because if you don't find a land,
And that's what he
not
does.
getting it anyway.
There's that island.
There's a painful island milled. And there's a Marshmist Titan for Brock.
Getting to play that Dreamfinder would have been pretty sweet, though. You get to block that Siren. You get to get your deal back.
Uh-huh. But looks like he's on the Skyguard plan here. It's kind of all or nothing there. Asphyxiate not doing anything there.
The Skyguard plan might work.
It might.
I mean, Brock's up a bunch of cards with those Siren triggers. Dave's almost out of gas, but he's far enough ahead on board, and Brock's down to 8.
Mm-hmm.
You can just kill him if he draws another Ordeal, right? He could be like, Ordeal,
God's Willing.
God's Willing. Is that
3. It's not
Yeah,
quite 8.
it's not quite 8. Yeah.
Okay, Brock's playing defense now.
Yeah. Well, he's hoping that maybe he can.
Oh, hilariously, if he gets to regenerate his Siren, it'll tap.
Yeah.
It'll still tap. Yeah, he gets the
Gets
best
to
of both
block.
worlds there.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Block regen. It's 4 power and regenerated.
Right.
So he requires Dave to have a trick.
And in this case, Dave does.
All right. Yeah. Attack. It just seems like, I mean, I like Brock's line here.
I do
You
too.
block with the Siren. The boon makes it a 4 power regenerator. You even get an inspired trigger. And I do think you need to trade Eidolon for Snarecaster.
Well, especially because you're going to play the Shrike next turn, so you really want to clear away. You don't want to give him a
Yes,
creature
yes,
that he
yes.
can sacrifice.
All right, block and then boon.
Really nice play, but Dave
I
will
only really started.
certainly use his God's Willing here.
Never really tried.
Right, he gets the God's Willing, Scry, so he doesn't get the Preserver card on top. So if he has something bad, he kind of wants to keep it.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You want to keep the bad card on top because it's going to get milled by the Siren.
That's right.
Because Siren taps when it regenerates.
Exactly.
Would Matthew?
I didn't see what it was, but
Come to the front stage, please. Matthew.
he pushed it, so I
Fortier.
kind of hope it was a good card. Now what? Now he's really all in on Skyguard.
He is. But Brock doesn't
But
have
it
that
just might
many
work.
ways to
Yeah,
deal with it
3,
here.
4. It's a 5 power Skyguard.
Yeah.
Okay, he plays the last card from his hand, so no more discarding to this, but he does get the mill.
Yep, there's a land.
Can Brock Barker
Does
find
he
a
have
way?
2 Gray Merchants in hand?
Oh, that's part of what's
He-
going
he
on
just
here,
has
isn't it?
one.
He has the 1, yeah.
Yeah, he just has the one.
Brock has not found a 5th land. How much of his hand is turned off? Is there a Marshmist Titan in there too?
Yes,
There
there
is.
is.
Wow, so Shiels is empty-handed and hasn't seen the top of his deck. So he's in top deck mode, but he's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power creature. Brock's at 6.
Yes. And Brock has Asphyxiate, which doesn't work. He has a Fellhide Brawler, but he's also got
Any
that Strike
trick is
Harpy
lethal. Not a trick. Put you to 1.
Put you to 31.
too. So he needs to find a land here just to survive the turn.
He can chump block.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. So he gets to survive the turn either way.
Mills a Battle-Wise Hoplite.
Ooh.
There's that land, though.
Yeah, land. Gray Merchant is 1, 2, 3,
Not
4.
enough.
Not enough to
No.
take him out of
so
chop
it's
block
going to have
mode.
to be Strike Harpy here.
Yep, strike
Oh,
Harpy.
right.
He's going to get at least a 2/2 flyer out of the deal, and you got to assume that Dave.
Well, he's
isn't
not going to
gonna-
sacrifice
Yeah,
a
he's gonna
creature.
give him the
So he's going
counters.
to get a 4/4. I was saying the bare minimum.
Okay, so that's a 4/4. So double block actually takes down the Skyguard.
It does.
Yeah.
And Shields is empty-handed, so I think
Yes.
Brock just plays to get to double block here.
Yeah.
Usually when you double block, it's the super risky thing. 'Cause
It
your opponent
is.
can blow you out with a trick. But
Especially in this format.
right, his opponent's drawing 1 card off the
Yeah,
top.
I think he drew a Cavalry Pegasus there, so that's not going to get it done.
And if you're Shields, you just decline to attack.
If you decline
wait
to
until
attack,
you
you
draw a
risk
trick?
yourself an asphyxiate.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
this gets real interesting. That's a good call, BDM, because Dave can also just take the 2. I mean, he's knocking out 2 premium cards off of Brock Parker's
Right, and he still gets his
table,
Eidolon back.
and he gets his Eidolon back. It's worth a consideration. And then, like you said, I mean, if somebody were to walk up and be like, "Hey, Dave, Asphyxiate exists," he'd be like, "Oh crap, yeah."
Yeah, so it's a 5-power Skyguard. It can essentially trade it for
Right.
both of those flyers.
Brock's
Yeah.
at 1.
Yeah, so even the Hopeful Eidolon, like Brock has to come up with an answer to Hopeful Eidolon next turn. He can't
Right.
block it with the Fellhide.
Yeah, he's got to have something, and we know he does. But yeah, so Dave's going to
Yeah,
attack.
this is particularly good line for Dave, given that he's got a Cavalry Pegasus in his hand.
Exactly.
Right, it's now he's got a 1-power flyer in addition to the
A
1-power
lethal
ground
flyer,
guy.
yeah. Now, Gray Merchant is going to have something to say about that. But
Yes.
still,
Oh.
it's a Resco Sun Guide.
Oh.
Still fine.
It's so much worse.
It's a lot worse.
I mean, because now
Now
Gray
Gray
Merchant
Merchant
kind of
is
stabilizes. him.
exactly.
Oh man! So has Brock
Gonna attack
managed to
first.
hang on? He's going to
Funny.
take his opponent from 34 to 32. That's because that brawler can't block anyway.
But I mean, if Shields knows about the Gray Merchant, he could actually have traded and been Gray Merchanted for 1 less.
Yeah, it's true.
So he's looking for his Nimbus Naiad right now.
Yep, Nimbus Naiad is lethal.
Indeed.
Ordeal is not the worst card in the world.
Right.
Looks like he drew something.
Lagana Ban Elder, he
Ban.
gets to gain 3. That is
Back
not
up
really
over
relevant
30 again.
here, yeah. But
It's where he
Third
feels
creature's
safe.
relevant.
creature is absolutely relevant. So Brock, if he doesn't have a creature he can play here, is really going to kind of be forced to.
Doesn't he have a
asphyxiate
Marchmist Titan?
here?
He has
Yeah.
a Marshmist Titan and an Asphyxiate.
I think he played Marchmist Titan.
Yeah, he's like, I'm still at 30 after that attack. I
Right,
don't care.
right.
See, I don't think about chop blocking until I'm at 29.
And there's Marshmist Titan.
Yeah,
And Brock
Shields
just ships turn
Shields
back.
needs to top deck something. I mean, he's got some
Nimbus
time.
Naiad would do it still.
He drew something. It's blue.
He drew a blue
He
something.
drew a blue something.
Oh,
Hypnotist.
Deepwater Hypnotist. That is far from a Nimbus Naiad.
Brock's still sitting on his. He's now down to asphyxiate in the land.
I
He
believe
struggled
so.
to find land 5 for a while, but he hasn't drawn anything but land since then.
He's going to send them both
Brock
in.
can't come all the way back and win this, can he?
No.
It is certainly possible. I mean, Dave is not going to interact with what Brock's doing. So as far as the ground goes, it's fairly short up right now. But Dave doesn't need much. Nimbus Naiad would do it.
What else?
We mentioned this earlier. The
Ordeal's not
The-
going to do it anymore. Not with that
No.
Marshmist Titan
No.
hanging back.
no,
Aqueous form's pretty good.
there you go. Aqueous form is not game on the spot, but it's a 2-turn clock.
I thought no.
And once you start sculpting the top of your deck, you know.
Oh yeah.
So he attacks.
I think he's used both of his God's Willing,
Something's
but
getting asphyxiated.
remember that. We talked about that earlier too. All of Brock's creatures are black.
No, he played Island Stratus Walk, drew a red card, and then
I thought he played Island.
There's a card.
Didn't see that one.
He played Island, Stratus or Island.
that's the case, then.
Looked blue.
But he does nothing.
I mean, you won't get in trouble for it. Those make it think of it. It's not
No, but it means I wasn't thinking, and I.
That Siren actually just did a number on Shiels.
Oh yeah.
He did.
Like he was able to get really close. He was
Yep.
able to get him to 1.
He did.
But he just didn't have the cards in hand to like be able to push past that. What point do you just trade something for that brawler?
I don't think it's when you're in the 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
He's got land. Does he have Mortal's Ardor?
It looks like Mortal's Ardor.
So he has
Mortal's Valor.
Mortal's Ardor.
The white one. Ardor,
The
right?
white one isn't the white one Valor and the green one's Ardor.
No, it's not Valor.
Right.
There's Mortal's Resolve and Mortal's Ardor,
Oh,
right?
okay, that's it,
I think
okay.
that's what it is. Anyway,
Ardor.
Yeah. Okay.
he's got Plains Mortal's Ardor right now.
If the judge has this rewind, then it's this. Okay.
That's a
Battle-wise
Battle-wise
hoplite.
hoplite.
It's not nothing.
It's not.
Yeah, getting interesting. Unfortunately for Brock, he's going to have to fade
So,
All the life
12
gain.
more draw steps. I mean,
It's not like he's actually got an evasive threat. He's just got a creature to attack with that's so bad his opponent's not willing
Wait,
to
I'm not willing to trade
for
my.
it.
I do not want to trade a Deepwater Hypnotist for that card.
yeah, but this is bad here for Brock, right?
Hoplite can block and
I mean, Dave, like if Dave looks at his hand and sees that he has
Interesting.
nothing, he just wins here, right?
yeah, he played Volpine Goliath last turn, and then you attack.
Oh, he just attacks
4
with
attackers
everybody.
to 2
And then
blockers.
just pumps up one of them with Mortal's Ardor and just calls it a game. The thing is, Brock has like 3 cards in hand, so
Yeah, Brock has done
taking that
nothing
kind
for
of
quite a
risk
while.
but he's done nothing, exactly.
It's not enough game. It's not enough.
But that would, of course, just lead Dave to believe that Brock might have a way to actually interact with his opponent's creatures because he wouldn't have done it yet.
Like, I don't know. No, like, because.
As it
interesting game.
stands, I think that Brock's just on 3 lands here, right?
I think he is. Yes.
I don't think he has anything.
No.
But Dave
Not
doesn't
ready.
see any reason yet to take it on, and he draws a
Allied
critical draw with a flesh mad steed,
Yeah.
which is just a
The
big
all
draw
important
here.
flesh mad.
And Dave,
All right, we're at
Has-
20 now.
he's now taking
Still not blocking.
14.
I'm trying to go wide. I'm trying to get 5. If I'm plus 3 attackers, then I'm willing to attack.
Okay.
Exactly.
We're not in the danger zone yet.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Flying Chimera. That
It does
counts.
everything. It
Yes.
blocks, it attacks.
Yes.
No,
It is conceded to you.
I can get it. I think it was no, I wasn't. But
Are you at all surprised he didn't block the Minotaur with Battlewise, and then use his trick? He gets a scry, like effectively
I
trades
mean, I
the
think he
trick
was
for
really
the 2
just
power
thinking
guy
about
and gets the scry trigger
I think
and the
he's
counter,
just thinking that he's gonna at some point alpha,
and he's gonna want the
that's
plus
gonna
1
be
on the
he's
alpha.
gonna want the +1. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like your odds of getting to a winning board state go up if you scry though.
Sure.
Was that Night Howler?
Oh
Or
my.
was it Swamp?
That's why, like, he
It was
like
Night
It's a
Howler.
very different story.
Yeah,
depending on
it
which
was
of those
Night
it was.
Howler.
Let's make sure.
Huh.
And I don't know how many creatures are in yards here, but it's
Game's
plenty
been a long
big.
game.
Yeah, it's plenty
It's a
big.
million.
It's
A number-
probably a 5/5 or something like that, right? And this might actually be the time when you just play it, right? Where,
rather than Bitso.
yeah, I mean, you mentioned it. You want to, if you're in Dave's seat, you want to go wide, right?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to build up enough threats that you can just turn them all sideways and have a trick to back it up.
Right.
And if Brock tries to go tall here, and, he might just get ran around.
yeah, I noticed that. I was going. Yeah, I would be.
I mean, the tough part for Brock is that he still just has never really found a way to put significant pressure on Dave's life total after he gained
Right.
all that life.
Well, yeah, but hopeful Eidolon is Brock's problem. He's probably dealt 20.
It's getting interesting here too, because if the brawler attacks and Dave does block and trade, He
Dave's
actually
just going to block
taps.
with Coastline Chimera now.
Well, but he could block and trade, and that also taps the Fellhite or the Fleshmad Steed too, leaving Brock down.
Oh,
to
right,
2. And,
right,
and
right.
Brock sees that, and he's like, "No, he's going to attack with both of them anyway."
Is it time? Now you
Probably
might.
not.
Now you might want to
Block trick.
He's just going to block one of them.
He can double block.
Could.
He could just block both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although,
That's to
again,
spend
the
mana.
difference between 20 and 18 isn't
Yeah.
Right.
critical. I mean, he is bestowing? No, he's not. He's just going to play it. Yeah, he's just got to play it.
how
Why
big?
just playing it versus bestowing it?
He needs another blocker.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just allows it to block. Yeah,
And
I
there's
mean, he,
5 potential attackers over there.
he needs to be able to.
He's got 3 blockers, so he's
and he-
basically
That's a
he's
lot of
currently
creatures.
slated
and
to
even
take
then, he's
2.
actually dead on. Get dead.
No, not
with
this
what
time.
we know from Dave.
Not this time. You look
He's
through
not?
Eidolon Chimera. That's only 2 plus 1. It doesn't gets you to 3.
Oh yeah, you're right.
There was a window where
There-
Shields
there was a window, yeah.
You know, Brock was willing to take 3.
Mm-hmm.
Night Howler is 10-10.
So it's a 10.
Jeez.
That was a
Fate
fate
foretold.
foretold.
Yes. Hoplite.
I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you get
Scry
to scry
trigger,
and
draw a
draw
card.
that card that you
scry
scry.
first,
You
right?
scry first. You scry upon targeting.
Have you ever done that
draw.
before?
Yeah. Oh, I have.
That was rhetorical, VDM. You've done that to me many times. Oh man, it's just like Oracle's Insight.
Yeah. Oh.
Couldn't see the card. Any kind of plus power trick gets it done here. If he's willing to alpha.
I mean, he's really.
He does have an Aqueous form in his deck, right? And a
Yes.
Nimbus Naiad.
Yes.
Aqueous form.
He played
Nimbus
Aqueous
Naiad.
Form, right? Yeah.
I mean, there's Suppression Chimera in there as well. Oh, that may have gotten milled. Oh, Acolyte's Reward could do some damage.
Oh, yeah. Acolyte's Reward is actually
Just lethal.
pretty swell here.
So Dave clearly has revealed, or not revealed, but seen a spell here on his
Yeah.
scry, and is really trying to figure out if this is what's
A
going to
not
get him through.
irrelevant card.
Yeah.
But is it the card?
He draws it. It
Oh,
was
it's an
ordeal. Is that enough?
Yes.
It is, right?
If there's no tricks and
If
he
there's
goes
no
for
tricks,
it.
yeah.
Right, he would have to go for it, plan to commit everything, and hope it works.
And he has to put the ordeal on a flyer.
He has to put it on the Chimera.
Yeah.
So if you're in Dave Shiels' seat, like how much pressure are you feeling to go for it? He obviously hasn't felt much. He's had multiple opportunities, but decided against 3 cards and
You know
12
what? The game
mana.
changed though.
Yeah.
10-10 Night
Now
Howler
there's a
came down.
10-10.
That
So
changes
is he
things.
feeling that pressure now? Like, is he just going to attack with Coastline Chimera here?
That's
and
not
just
an
say, next
unreasonable
turn you're
attack.
dead?
Exactly. Plan to win in 2 attacks with Coastline. That is probably the play, the safe play. And that's what he's doing. Yeah, that makes sense. Certainly consistent with the way he's played the game. And it's not unreasonable to live in fear of Brock's hand. Safely at 18. I mean, Night Howler is gigantic, but it's not like it tramples.
Right.
So Dave has got lethal next turn without having to go for anything, and Brock has nothing.
Brock has just
You know,
drawn
he's
nothing
bought
but
himself a bunch of
lands.
turns by looking scary.
Yes.
Right? He's nothing in his bluff. I mean, he's had nothing going on except a good bluff.
All
Right.
that where I
Right.
grew up.
Look-
Ungats.
Ungats?
Ungats. Nothing.
Nothing. And now the gig is up. Dave will attack with his lone power.
He will
His lethal
make
flyer
that
will
play.
turn sideways.
Yes.
Brock's thinking, though. I like this. He's jockeying for position, right? This is pure mental game.
Right.
This is like, next game when I look like this, I have something.
Right.
I love it. He's just staring at 3 lands. Dead on board. Doesn't want Shiels to know it.
It's like, how many creatures are in my graveyard?
Oh, we're
Yeah,
still
well,
in the attack phase,
Shields
right?
is
Yeah.
trying to
Night
decide
no,
Howler
if
Shields
he
is
should
trying to
block
figure
or
out whether to
not.
chump
Yeah,
Night
that's what
Howler.
I'm saying. He's like, how many do I have? That's a lot.
Yep. Yeah, I would probably jump here if I was Dave. He's
I
given
think
up.
Dave is trying to induce the rage quit from Brock, where it's like, oh, forget it. I don't want to sit here and watch you stare at this anymore.
He wants the card off Faith Foretold. Funny. Which taps Flush Mad.
Right, which was a play we talked about earlier. Now Brock plays a land.
Yeah, now the wide attack is also lethal.
Man, Dave drew a bunch of lands too, but it shouldn't matter here.
Attack phase?
Or
Kill you?
You know, I think Dave might have suspected
Yes.
something along the lines
Dead.
of like a sudden storm there.
Oh, sure.
wow.
But Brock calmly flips the remaining 2 lands onto the table and just says, I flooded, man.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He just showed him.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Take a look at
Mildly
our
surprising to me.
upcoming webcast schedule. You can just take a look at it. We don't need to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's right there.
There it is. The one cool thing, the Magic Online
We could draft
Championship is
these.
kind of these are all GPs, and then there's this Magic Online
Yeah, I'm going to first
Championship.
pick the Mox.
You like that?
Yeah, I'm first picking the Mox. What
I'm
do you
going
think?
What's
to
your
first
pick,
pick pastrami sandwich at Grand Prix Philadelphia.
I knew I should have gone to Philadelphia.
I feel like I want to like split card that one with you and and get Katz's as part of
Oh,
our
yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
Who could snap pick
Looks
Nagoya?
like Nagoya wheeled.
Nagoya's open.
Rashad's real happy right now. He just got a 4th pick
The thing is,
Nagoya.
we're being honest about the events we're actually going to attend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I take Cincinnati, and we just let Marshall come with us to all of these.
And I appreciate it.
Marshall, who's still trying to figure out how to book his flight so that he can do Cincinnati and Vienna on the
Sure.
same weekend.
So,
Oh, we have a winner
we have one of our semifinals through, Gerard Fabiano.
over Benjamin Gomes. He is through to the semifinals.
Have we gotten any updates from the other 2 games? I haven't heard any.
Hey, were we big enough at this event for the? Where did the PT cut come in?
Well, the entire top 8 qualified.
Okay.
We were big enough for the entire top 8 to qualify. That happens at 1,200. We were also big enough to pay to 100.
Oh, okay.
So 1,600 gets, I think it's $200, maybe it's 250. Yeah, I think it's 250 all the way down to 100th place.
Okay. And we hit that.
Yes, we did.
So Dave Shiels off to a quick start in the game, gets
I
a big
challenge your
setback.
freezing.
No. I was
Remember,
going
he
back
went-
to the game.
Hopefully, he went hopefully
Oh,
on the
yeah.
long
Turn one-
ordeal.
Turn 1 play. It was quick.
But
but
he was like, he
he had a-
basically said check on turn 1.
Yeah.
Brock was like, no. I can
and,
get out
and
of
that
it.
got set back, and he ended up grinding out what ended up being a very long game.
I mean, obviously for these guys and for us, like the fact that you Voyagers end on your turn there by Brock is fairly elementary. But I think maybe for some people
No,
at
a lot
home,
of people, it's an instant. You wait for the last possible minute.
Right,
to catch your
you're
instance,
trained
right?
to do that when you start playing Magic, right?
Yes.
You're trained to save your instance.
Yep.
And
If Brock had saved
if
it,
this
Shields
game
would've-
would have been over very
Yeah,
quickly.
turn 4.
Yep, that's
God's
a good
willing,
point.
extra counter, ordeal triggers, whack. Game
Yep.
would have been blowout.
Brock gave himself the chance to draw 16 of his 17
Yeah, he bought like
lands
20 turns.
and lose a much
Playing
more
correct-
slow, agonizing death than the quick
I
band
prefer to
aid
think
rip.
of it as playing correctly bought him 15 turns.
I-
One subtle play on turn 2.
I'm with you. That's probably a better way to look at it.
Dave Shields won. He doesn't look like, he doesn't have the relieved, happy look of someone up a game. He looks anxious.
He's always like that.
Yeah.
He's a fidgety guy.
Yeah.
We were waiting for dinner to come at a restaurant and he looked like that. So I think it's just a way
Did I
of
order
life.
correctly?
Yeah, did I?
Did I miss
Yeah.
play?
What do you think?
Oh, no.
Mustard on the side?
All right, so here's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah,
thinking.
This is a good Dave Shields impression, by the way.
I was thinking soup and a sandwich.
Yeah.
I thought that those. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know now.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have. I feel guilty. But yeah, up a game here.
Brock Parker always pretty much looks like that. Like,
Great. Stoic and a scowl. Those are the 2 modes.
I believe the adjective to describe that is ravitsy. Oops.
Looks like a 2-lander for Brock.
It's another ordeal hand for Dave Shields, I think. I didn't see a creature, but I'm pretty sure I saw the flash of the ordeal. He drew the unknown shore.
He drew-
There's that unknown
Yes,
shore.
it's only blue source. Don't know why that's not an island.
Well,
All right.
Oh, there's a Battlewise Hoplite. Turn 2.
thanks to that island draw. It was
Yeah,
gonna be a
unknown
little
shores was
awkward.
not helping.
Yeah, but he got there. So I'll take I'll take Dave Shiels' side of the table currently.
What are you talking about? Those creatures just trade, right?
Yeah, they're 2/2s for 2. All
Dave
right.
Shiels chooses not to
He
block.
doesn't block.
He wasn't willing to trade a hypnotist for it, so.
So
Now, did I in
another
fact see
land
the
off
ordeal?
the top here for Dave.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
There it is. Here it comes. Let's go.
Trigger,
Scry.
counter, scry.
So many things
There's
happening.
like 5 things on the stack right now.
And a die being prepared for the attack phase.
And there is a Voyage's End.
But the Scry he can't do anything about anyway.
Right.
And this is going to get tough. That one plane
Or the
untapped
counter,
for
yeah.
Dave Shiels is ominous.
It is.
Boom.
The question is, does Brock have to fire it off here?
Yes.
And he decides he does.
Yes, you have
And
to.
there's the God's Willing.
Jeez.
That's going to target it as well. It's going to get another Scry. That's going to add another counter. Now,
Wow.
this happened after the counter went on.
Right, so
So
he
he's
gets-
still going to get another counter next turn from the
Yes.
ordeal. Ugh.
And 5.
And 5U. I'm done.
So now there's an unlimited amount of things that Brock's deck can do about this at this point.
Yeah, there's not that much. I mean, that if that Voyage's End didn't work, he's in big trouble. Now, something like Baleful Eidolon. All right, I think they might be discussing whether the trigger was on the stack or not.
Oh, he's saying I want you to pop
Oh,
that.
Brock did it as a
Yeah,
response.
because he can make. I mean, look, he can do it in the timing how he wants. He can say the trigger resolves. You have a counter. Now I go for the bounce.
Right.
In which case he will not be getting.
Or he can
another
respond to
counter.
the triggered
Brock
ability.
is
of putting the
arguing
counter
that his
on.
opponent's at 28.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, that counter could be relevant.
Yeah, and they have to be very clear about that.
Yeah, I went attack, put a counter on it. Right. He just voids at me, and then I go.
Yes, I understand. So,
And the judge is going to have to make a ruling here. As
The explaining hand of the judge comes in.
I mean, it looks like the players might disagree about exactly what the timing was on it, and getting it sorted can be tricky.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of it's based on verbal cues. Like he'll say, trigger, doesn't mean that it resolves, it means it's on the stack.
You cast a spell, or then you do it at the earliest point in time. Which is when
Judges
this
is
So
clarifying here.
Right,
This-
and
this-
at this point, like you can also you can get something table
triggers
date or something.
when he attacks. Okay.
and I'm
Sure. So you since nothing was said,
It's essentially going
You
to come down to whether
responded
their
to this
verbal
trigger.
shortcuts
so
constituted
this trigger is on the stack.
Shields
underneath
having the
your
counter
void
resolve.
Right.
Having the triggered ability from the ordeal that puts the counter on resolve. Brock now knows that he wanted to respond to the triggered ability of the ordeal. Do they disagree over exactly what was said when?
Respond to the trigger. It's like very clear. We
Yeah,
just sack the ordeal or whatever, and it's just like
The viewers
we can just sack the ordeal. Like I don't. I mean,
Yeah, you guys did do it backwards.
yeah. We just it wasn't clear.
Yeah.
He never said like when he was doing it. I went attack and put a counter on it.
Sure.
And then he went void's end it.
Sure. But then
and
you-
then I God's willing it and put the third counter on.
Right, but you didn't move the die.
No, I did move the die. I went attack and rolled the dice.
Okay.
And then he said void is end.
yeah, like
Like I didn't even give him a chance. I just attacked. I turned my creature sideways and rolled the dice to 2 at
So
the same
then,
time.
in this case, what we would do is we would just back up the play.
You want to just go back and put this on 3 and sack the ordeal. So it's the same. No, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
Just
ambiguous,
sacrifice,
they
and I
should
don't
back
get
up.
triggered.
Okay.
So I
Like
can
Brock should get to do this when he wanted to. I mean, unless one of the players said something acknowledging that the counter had resolved,
Yeah.
then
so it does
Brock gets
trigger
to pick
here.
his timing.
No, it's like that.
okay.
All right, so Brock battles, and an insatiable harpy. Yeah, it's a start.
Yeah.
Can stem the bleeding a little bit. but-
It's not even clear the second ordeal is all that good. It's 2 counters, 10 life. Okay, it's fine.
and a scribe.
But I mean, you might rather play another creature.
Yeah.
Diversify a little bit. I mean, Brock
Get
did
3
show
counters
some,
onto the other
Voyage's End
creature.
already.
Unknown Shores, tapping for cuddle is just fine.
All judges not currently busy, please make your way to the side events area. All judges not currently busy, please make your way to the side events area.
Brock's deck looked better than this when he drafted it. I mean, he keeps drawing the
Fellhide
Fellhide
Brawler
Brawler.
segment, yeah. That's
not the highlight. But I mean, I guess he really didn't have that much in terms of, giant monsters or removal.
Definitely attack with the Brawler, but you're going to leave, yeah.
Sure.
Well, this isn't going to end well for Brock if he doesn't have any way to back it up, because that Chorus of the Tides is going to pick up.
This Siren of the Fang Coast.
Oh, it is. Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, Shiels just reaches for the die. You're going to have the counters.
Okay. So we're moving in the right direction, though.
But now that ordeal. Oh,
is that a
my
really?
God.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That is brutal.
Yes. Yes, it is. Wow. I was thinking
he could actually diversify his.
Yeah, I was thinking before he drew the God's Willing, he would go back to the Hoplite plan so that the Ordeal can get it big enough to bust through both those creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But now he can diversify and just God's Willing whatever Brock tries to kill in combat.
Because Brock is pretty
can't kill
forced
both
to double
of them.
block here, right?
Well, I mean, if you Ordeal the
On
Chorus,
something.
he can single block. He can try to trade the 4/4.
Okay.
For the it'll be a 4/3 Chorus when it attacks.
He's like, no.
Go big.
One giant man.
Also valuing that scry, he's going to get it either way.
True. But now Chorus is just too small to brawl with that 4/4 over there.
That's a 7, though.
That's
Seven's not a small number.
Also, he's at 34.
Also.
Yeah. It just puts Brock in a terrible position.
You go to 3.
And now Dave Shields just plays protect the flag here and just says, yeah, just don't mess with my hoplite. We're good to go.
Right. Brock has to probably play a don't kill me Gray Merchant here.
That would gain him 5, put him back up to 8. He's going to have to start chump blocking too.
Yeah.
I mean, the hoplite's not technically lethal here. That's next turn with Brock at 8, but it effectively is.
He's on the way.
There's the Gray Merchant. Gain 5. Go to 8.
You go to 8.
Stage 1.
Yep. Step 1. Don't die.
Right. But it's hard to imagine what the comeback road to victory
I don't know what
looks
step
like
2
for
is.
Brock.
I understand
I
step
don't
3 is
either.
profit, but
Yeah.
I'm having trouble with step 2.
I mean, normally it would involve.
Sometimes step 2 is file for bankruptcy.
Yeah. I mean, normally it would involve like a sip of hemlock, but A, Brock doesn't have those.
Yeah.
And B,
There's a
Dave
God's Willing on
has
the other
God's
side
Willing.
anyway.
So, yeah, it's just.
You have to send the Brawler in here, too. Oh, he's just sending everybody
Yeah,
in.
to ship the team.
Gain 2 more life. Wow, this makes the God's Willing lethal.
Yeah.
Yep, it sure does.
Now God's Willing. I mean, before he had 2 different colors of potential jump blockers available.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is. I mean, I don't mind Brock's play.
Yeah, no, it's
But
not
it is
gonna win
lethal.
through that God's
There's
Willing.
no card in the set that gets him out of this, right?
Shields goes to 21.
Like Retraction Helix can't hit the Gray
True.
Merchant because it has Summoning Sickness. Even the -3, -0 isn't quite enough here, right? Oh, I guess it would be actually.
it would be.
But he's not going to play around that because people don't
No,
play
so
that.
we're saying-
Lost in a Labyrinth.
Point God's Willing at Battlewise Hoplite. Give it pro black.
Yep.
Gets another counter. That's 8. The flyer makes 11. Brock's at 10. No ability to block.
I'm gonna scrap this.
It's a scry here, just to make
Gets
sure.
2 scries.
2 scries.
Yeah. He gets one from Godsvillian, one's from the Hoplite, but he kept it on top anyway.
There you
and
go.
And they go, and this should be it. Brock double checks, but it's nothing, and that's going to do it. Dave Shiels is going to
Good
advance.
job, Dave Shiels.
Yeah.
And remember, his draft, he really had to make a call on blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he bounced around quite a bit. I wanted him to go red. He kept blue open.
And then he got rewarded with the double Battle-Wise Hoplite, which
Yes.
were, the 2 best creatures in his deck.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we all would have speculated on the first one, but I mean, he was leaning blue. I think he clearly sat down with a preference. Despite Fall of the Hammer, despite Phalanx, it's clear that he was looking at the blue cards.
Yep, it was.
So I think we're going to bring Daniel Fournier and Morgan Chang into the feature match area.
Yeah, I saw him
I think that
switching seats there.
they're still they're going into game 3.
Oh, time for game 3.
Awesome.
I'd heard Morgan had won a game, but I guess Daniel evened it up. Daniel, who hasn't lost yet. Hasn't lost on the weekend.
Yeah.
13-0. He was the only 10-0, if I'm not mistaken. I think we were out of undefeateds by round 11. He was the only 10-0. He ran that to 13, and then took a couple of draws.
And he had that insane red-white deck
Oh, yeah.
in the draft.
The double
Oh,
annex
yeah.
into Samiti.
Randy's taking pictures of it. He's like sending it to his
Pretty.
family members. It's
Very pretty.
deck was insane.
I think that's silly.
Yeah, that deck looked very good. As much as I love a Battle-Wise Hoplite, it takes a back seat to Annex and Samiti.
And the second Annex
Yeah.
and Samiti as well, yeah. All right, first seed, Daniel Fournier there.
Yeah, although I think he'll be on the draw here, having won game 2. We know nothing about these decks. We don't
No.
have deck lists.
We
I'd love
did
to
not
get
watch them
deck
draft.
lists, but I don't know if that's possible or not.
Morgan was being fed by Gerard during this draft. So Brock is passing to Gerard.
Sure.
Gerard is passing to Morgan.
Okay. So
I
he's in
believe.
between. He was the middle point on 2 of the 3 packs.
Yeah, somehow we've had one deck list delivered to us. We'll have to work on that.
It was Dave Shiels.
It was relevant.
Yeah. I mean, he won. So is this queuing people for
Portland.
Portland or yeah, okay.
Portland.
Hashtag PTM15.
Easiest hashtag.
I like that.
Boy, I hope that's actually the hashtag.
Gotta be. We'll have a couple months to correct it if it's not, but I can't imagine it's not.
So for those of you just tuning in, we're in the semis here in Montreal. We've got Dave Shiels has advanced to the semis.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're in the quarters here. Dave Shiels has advanced to the semis, as has Gerard Fabiano.
Pair of American Grand Prix champions.
And we're going to get a game 3 right now with Morgan Chang versus Daniel Fournier.
Okay, there's 7 cards, 7 cards. Looks like green-blue.
We saw where that Biden ended up there.
Oh, that was the Biden that Brock was like,
Yep.
can I?
Ended up taking
Wow,
the...
Fournier has a Grey Merchant in his hand.
So is he the one maybe that scooped up the
He's blue-black.
Shipwreck Singers and all that?
Yes.
Okay.
Daniel Fournier is
we
the
were
other blue-black
wondering where
mage.
these all these pooled up at.
Nothing came back.
No.
Brock couldn't wheel an underworld or a return phalanx. Couldn't wheel a shipwreck singer. Couldn't wheel a siren. 3-color apparently.
Espers.
And that is going to get snap nullified here by Morgan Chang.
How do I win now? Hopefully don't.
Your opponent passes there. Maybe. Do you? Oh, Thassa's emissary.
Clear to pass
Heat
for
check,
that.
Marshall.
Yeah, yeah. This is a big time heat check. If Thassa's emissary is allowed to start cracking, things get out of hand really quickly. So let's see if Daniel has a way to interact.
That
not
doesn't
it.
interact.
And very casually flips the heroes down.
What a slow roll.
in
Play the amulet first.
Shelly's direction there.
Titan
that's a
with
lot
no
worse.
red mana.
Yeah.
That's a lot worse.
Ooh, second amulet.
Well, 3 color.
Great merchant for value.
And Great Merchant number 1's going to hit the table here.
1822, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, so Fournier ended up with both Shipwreck Singers, Randy.
Nice.
What's his white for? What's his white for?
Oh, what's his white for? Let's see here. For that Scholar. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So he is like Esper
Blue
control.
black control with
Oh,
a scholar.
oh,
So,
look.
what do we got?
Look.
What's going to
Just
happen?
try not to get too excited. Just
Okay.
be calm.
Okay.
Just be calm.
Easy.
Easy. And there might be an Oracle's Insight on a Great Merchant of
Oh,
Azeroth.
no. A value
It
explosion.
might be.
So, Siren of the Silent Song, Daniel Fournier picked it up and moved into blue-black. Looks like he splashed just a little
Smart.
bit of white. And for Scholar, because Scholar is awesome now. 1 Plains and 2 Traveler's Amulets.
Morgan Chang is playing Colossus of Akros. He's also playing Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Blue-green.
I am torn here. There are so many cool things I want to see
There's a
happen.
lot, yeah. There it is.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Brian,
And
I know
no
where,
response from Morgan.
Brian, I know where your heart is now. One of these guys has Kiora.
Ooh.
Ah.
Is that Morgan?
Yes,
That's a crack
it's
in
the
the
one
straits,
with
right?
Well, I mean, I
blue and
can't
green
be
in
certain.
play.
with another amulet there.
And oh, by the way, Kraken of the Straits, which came in from the sideboard for this.
So upkeep, I'm going to crack that. I want to thin my deck.
Let's get Biden's and
So
no
what's
creatures to
the
attack
language
with.
on Kraken of the
So
Straits
it
here?
says creatures with power less than the number of islands you control can't block Kraken of the Straits.
All right.
He controls 2 islands? Oh, no, this
Morgan
is over on
controls
Morgan. Sorry,
4.
1, 2, 3, 4 islands. So creatures with power less than 4 can't block it.
Pretty much all Daniel's creatures.
Yeah,
It's unchumpable.
yeah, unchumpable. And huge, 6/6.
Who says I'm not having fun?
That's going to go to work.
That's a fair assessment. I'll give you that. Are we gilding this one?
But
Are we gilding this
Daniel Fournier is going to be able to rip through his deck here,
How many answers does he have?
find some answers.
Do you have any
Let's take
sip
a
of
look.
hemlock? Or?
Take a look. No, 0 sip of hemlock. He has a hero's downfall, but he already
He just used it. Does he
Yeah.
have a mnemonic wall? Can he like grow back the hero's downfall?
He's got a guild.
Oh, okay.
That'll do.
That'd do it.
How about a mnemonic wall?
Mnemonic wall. Negative. Wow, he's got a prognostic sphinx too. Wave crash Triton.
Okay.
So he can keep it at bay potentially. Fournier's deck looks sweet.
Yeah, it does. It seems like the deck we thought Brock was drafting. Or the other half of Brock's deck or something.
Yeah.
It seems like your deck has a lot of things that don't do.
Push.
Yeah.
That's a fairly accurate assessment. I'll draw a card.
Okay.
There's a return.
We know where
phase.
those ended up.
Yup.
He has he has 4 of them.
Wow.
He's played 2 in the main.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
This explains a lot about this draft.
Yeah.
I'm so far ahead of the Great Merchant.
really.
There's Nykthos Shrine to Nyx.
Oh man. Oh man. It even makes mana.
One extra.
And that's some extra mana here.
No, it doesn't even make one extra. It just pushes.
Oh, it does?
Well, 3 mana, right? You get 3 blue,
2 and tap.
2 and a tap.
Sad.
I guess you could turn your green into blue there.
Time to feed.
Wouldn't you time to feed the Gray Merchant?
Yes, I would.
So what was the deal with that?
He doesn't want to get attacked. That was the only thing that could attack him.
Yeah, that does seem to be the case, but Morgan's at 21.
The Grey Merchant's not doing anything. It's an innocuous 2/4.
Oh boy,
It's not even getting in
attacking.
combat.
It didn't even block.
he just drew a Triton's Tactics.
Okay.
It just
he
might
could
be
draw another
something that I'm
card?
just. It might be just something that I'm interested in.
Ah, there's a Biden as
He
well.
scried and kept it.
How many times I activated this card?
He just pushed it.
Just save himself a mana.
Nah, I guess it's better to scry draw a second time. It's better than draw.
That's true.
One card in hand? One card.
I don't think Brian's up to anything more than using Oracle's Insight multiple times in the same turn.
I'm okay losing this game.
Does the Biden do anything here?
I mean, he can force.
He can
stuff
draw
to
more cards.
And he can
right?
also force stuff to attack.
And
Right?
then he can crack in for a card with Minotaur.
Yeah, so he
Like
can
he forces the
block.
Triton to attack. He
Yeah.
can just block it. It bounces off the Minotaur.
Right.
But now path is clear for Minotaur to attack and deal damage and draw a card.
All right.
It's not nothing.
That does shut off Triton
Oh, and in
Tactics
fact,
for the turn. But
but Triton Tactics actually. Oh, he's out of blue mana. I was going to
That's what I'm
say
saying, yeah.
he could double block
Yep.
with the Triton Tactics.
Infinite lands here for Morgan Chang. Doesn't have his Colossus.
2 more hits. He needs 2 more hits.
Sure, you got me. And I'm breaking even on the blue.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at the tops.
Digging for guild.
Did I shuffle?
Basically.
He can draw. Oh, okay. Push that.
Draw.
Guild? No. Siren of the Silent Song.
It's not nothing. It's a card that can get in there with Biden.
Yeah, we're going to attack
Yeah,
here.
attack, draw a card.
Finally get in there. I'll draw a card.
Cool. Yes, closer to attacking.
That's not it either. I mean, he's going to have a one-turn window here unless Morgan Chang finds red mana.
Yeah, but that turn is like 4 cards.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's huge. Now, if Morgan drops a mountain, it could get ugly.
Does Morgan have a mountain?
Or at least not in his hand. I
Triton.
don't know if he has one in his deck. But. And Triton Tactics, I guess, could prevent that. He might just want to play around it with Triton Tactics anyway. And get another card out of his Grey Merchant this turn.
So Morgan Chang's drawn his straight, and Daniel Fournier is looking to bust it.
And he says, you must attack.
He must attack. Now he can Triton Tactics, double block, and kill Crackling Triton.
Relevant.
And get another tap off the Grey Merchant.
Yeah, which is huge. I mean, it's all about guild at this point, right?
Yes.
Like
He
if
has to find
if
his
he
answer to
finds the
Crackling
guild in
trades.
time, he's going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
Take 6. You're at 4.
Gets to draw a lot of
He
cards
is
here.
seeing so many cards, although right now he's out of gas.
Voyaging Satyr.
Voyaging Satyr, that's a card.
All right. Scry.
What is that? What did you
Looks
see?
like a Fate Foretold,
Is that what it was?
maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dragon Mantle
You
on
just
your
push
creature
it,
to draw a
right?
card.
I guess so, because why use the mana?
Exactly.
And
I mean, it's a little bit of insurance, but he needs it now.
Return Phalanx.
Return Phalanx.
Why did I play all these Return Phalanx?
Spirit Point, where are you at?
Draw phase.
What was that?
That
was
looks
that
like
Drowning Sorrow?
Drowned Tsunama or.
Scry?
Oh,
Is that it?
I don't know. It's read the bones. How many cards can this guy see?
All of them.
Jeez. Scry more. Go down to 2, but he's playing against blue-green, so it shouldn't be an issue. There's Prognostic Sphinx and Vortex Elemental, and
You have to
those,
push them.
those
You push
don't get
them
it done.
both.
Yeah.
You have to push them.
Down they go. Draw 2. 1.
Slow roll.
There it is. The last one was Gil.
Well, it wasn't the last one. He could still attack
That's
with
true.
Biden. But
That's
yes.
true.
What a crazy game.
And we haven't really seen Morgan say Morgan could have
He's got 1 card.
a dissolve.
He could?
Time to find out.
No.
Oh, man. I would like a piece of gold, please.
Insane.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah. And now he gets
Attack
to
with
kind of
the
take over.
siren.
Now the question is, can he close the game out? I mean, how many cards are left in his library? He's burned through a bunch of them.
Pretty sure he can.
Yeah, I'm sure he can close it
Is
out.
Biden to May?
Biden, interesting.
I hope it's a May. He's drawing 2 here.
It is a May.
Okay.
Yeah, French, yeah, better. Yeah, draw 2, right?
He's not worried about getting decked. Look at that grip.
Yeah, Forlorn Sudama. That's what that was.
Yeah,
right?
Forlorn Shadama. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Is he going to play Omen Speaker? I just wanted to see 12 cards this turn. Hey, a piece of gold.
There we go. Yeah, he also needs to block Voyaging Satyr.
Yeah.
Like Voyaging Satyr hits for half his life total,
It
and
does.
makes any combat trick lethal.
Aspect of Hydra, is it good? Though I think that Daniel actually has drawn a Freaka's Cure in there somewhere too.
Yeah, but he doesn't have. Oh, wait, the guild.
Yeah, Guild plus Swamp. You tap Island
So
Island for Omen Speaker, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he could also play Return Phalanx, but could also play Shipwreck Singer.
Oh, and looks like maybe he's going to play both.
All right. It's not unreasonable.
Oh.
Now, does this leave him dead to like Nimbus Naiad?
Yes.
Where maybe you want to keep up Black. I think he has a Freaka's Cure in his hand. If he doesn't, it makes it a
think
moot
he
point.
does.
But this could be an opening here potentially for Morgan, as the door has closed almost all the way.
That's in the graveyard.
That's so tilting. I don't know why.
What, did you find a scorpion here?
Yeah.
Saddest little
Tur-
scorpion.
Turning
in the
key
world.
Scorpion.
Discard
Iron
that.
triggers, loses a land.
And
Mills.
Daniel Fournier looks to be firmly in the
Wow.
driver's seat here.
28's deck looks awesome.
It looks awesome.
I'm gonna go with this.
Really want this, but you have no
We
idea.
call his deck Heat Check Esper.
Why do you think
Yeah, I like that. And he's only got 1 white card in the whole deck.
That's fine.
Yeah, you still going with Esper? All right.
How different would this game be if that Scholar had resolved?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Look how many lands Daniel has on the table here.
Important second pieces of damage.
Morgan's going to prevent 1 card draw and also take 2 less damage here.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel might be at the I don't want to draw cards. No, he's not.
I mean, is Morgan Chang in range where he can pick up the Colossus
okay, deck?
and then monstrous it and just get in there?
Give me more than 1 land so I don't have to take a 3rd mulligan.
He's got exactly 10 mana available currently.
What's going on? This is insane.
Jeez.
For an next trick, I'm going to deck myself.
Yeah.
I
And
usually
he got a
just-
flyer up there now, too, so now Nimbus Naiad doesn't get it done.
Morgan has something he wants. He's like kind of.
Probably
I got that
Colossus.
vibe, too. It must be Colossus.
He's got 10.
Though it does get kind of awkward because Daniel can kill that Voyaging Satyr. Deep Water
Nope,
Hypnotist.
that's not the one.
So he's drawn a 1-drop and a 2-drop on turn 18 or whatever this is.
I think I almost want that.
That's not getting it done.
It's like, that's not my. Remember that
You've seen all the
prognostic things
cards
I put on the
already, so I'm
bottom?
not giving you any
Can I get back to that?
He probably can.
Yeah. It's a thin library. It's a single-digit number of cards now, right?
I would have
Freaka's Cure.
Missed 1 land
Take you
drop.
off Colossus mana.
And get me out of
would have been
just
almost a
Green doesn't have a lot of
Yeah.
reach. I mean, flying, but I don't think Shipwreck Singer's attacking.
bad like that.
oh good, thank you. I was wondering how many cards were
It's like
left.
7-ish.
6-7, yeah.
Morgan's
Morgan's got
hand
time
up.
for Plan B or Plan D.
So let my Return Phalanx attack.
Yep.
And then do the
Oh,
attacking.
Grey Merchant's
Grey
attacking.
Merchant battles.
Yeah,
Have you attacked with a creature wearing Oracle's Insight?
I have. Oh, I absolutely have. I've tapped a Battle-Wise Hoplite wearing Oracle's
Oh, you're
Insight.
insane. I can't do it.
Sure.
Chang falls to 6.
It's like he's got one draw phase, right?
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything now, right?
I don't know what it would be.
Remember what cards I bought.
This looks
Well-meaning
like a
wave.
cube
At
draft.
some point, there's actually
His draft looks like a
It
cube
does.
draft.
It does.
I have no idea where they are.
It's fine.
I'm gonna draw one card.
Okay.
Did he choose to draw one card?
Yes.
That is so greedy.
Doesn't he know all the cards now?
He should know.
Like
all
he
the cards
put
at
that
this point.
Fate Foretold there off a scry, remember?
So even if he has Colossus now, with the ability to tap it with the wave with the Triton.
Yep.
Players.
What is it?
Sunday Series Standard.
Morgan plays Voyaging Satyr and says
We have
go.
the final standing.
So Daniel Fournier looks like he's got it here.
Fourth place.
Inspired.
22 points.
Inspired.
Van Driel.
And he's going to pay for the Forlorn Sudama to make a zombie. And again, we do know all
Oh,
these
we know
cards.
this. He's fine actually. He can't deck himself.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
can.
he's got Vortex Element.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Also, he just won the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you can just play Vortex Elemental and then just activate its ability.
Yes, you can just do that.
Right. So that was the back table we were watching. You see Fournier on the right and Chang on the left, sort of.
So there's still a
talking
match
through.
going here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was game 3 and looked like a super drawn out match.
One left. Ian Robertson, Judah Alt. Are they in game 3? One last game 3.
Fantastic.
And somehow they're only getting in game 3 now, and Judah Alt has like a red-white aggro deck.
Weird.
They are playing. Play that game super late. I probably could have had you turn it too early.
Yeah, he's working on it.
I shouldn't get aggressive about those.
There we go.
There you get a look.
Miscutter or something. Like, just terrified.
Early game. Is it early game 3? I see only 3 lands on the left. I see 5 on the right.
Yeah, so mid game it looks like.
Mulligan to 5 for Judah Alt.
I thought my whole deck like the last 2 games.
It's on your keyboard.
Judah's board state not very impressive here. A 2-2 and a 1-1. On the other side of the table, though, War Chanter of Mogus and Mogus's Marauder.
Or is that graveyard or in play?
You know, it is floating. It's getting CPR. It looks
Yeah.
like we don't know if it's going to go or not.
I just need a minute.
Yeah.
I just need a minute. I'm tired.
It's
I wasn't
prob-
ready to rush in
It's
there.
probably
like that.
actually dead. It looks like there's an Oresco's Sun Guide in the bin up there. Maybe traded at
Can I go
some
to the washroom and
point.
like get a drink before I continue?
One life for you guys.
I can leave my stuff here.
Yeah. All right. So sorry.
Oh, look, is that another Night Howler?
It is.
It is.
I'm gonna leave my stuff in the
It's going to get suited up though. So it's at least +2/+2. I can't tell what that bottom card is. It's like Dragon Mantle or something like that.
17.
Can we bring the token box over here in case? That was awkward. They used a bunch of tokens.
So Ian Robertson sitting at 10. That's
Oh,
savage indeed.
Eat the enchantment. Oh, really? You're not going to eat the disenchant guy?
Yeah, he changed
Yeah,
his
he
mind.
changed his mind. Before he
Night Howler had an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly. And there's an Oplan Unicorn.
This is not looking good for Judah Alt.
Not at all.
We can't even get his name spelled right. Everything's going wrong.
It's a different way we spell his name.
Sure. No
Okay.
box. Take 6. Yep.
It's up to 6, and it's intimidating.
Yes. Opal Unicorn could potentially
Throw its
block.
body in the way. Opaline Unicorn is finally the 4th mana. Oh, Mender.
Yeah, just shrunk
Night
his
Howler's
Night
not
Howler.
as happy about this.
Yeah.
Still 4/3.
Still
Yeah, everything's
okay.
fine.
I've got you at 8. How'd you have yourself?
Ian Robertson, one of the 2 Canadians in this top 8,
Okay.
looking to fend off the invading American horde. Our 2 semifinal matches. Looks like Ian Robertson is in good shape here. Looks like it'll be a Canadian defending the home turf against an American GP champion on both sides of the
Oh,
bracket.
wow.
Daniel Fournier being the other Canadian.
Yeah.
The old hard cast
This
observant,
is-
I'll say it here.
This is just killish. He can play both creatures there, right? He can play the
Minotaur.
He can play the Minotaur and the Marauders.
Into the
and
Marauder.
Give everybody haste.
Yep.
And that should
Yeah, it's probably enough all by itself, and even if it's not, it's
Yeah,
well, it's only the unicorn can jump block, right?
Right.
be. Yeah.
2/4. I think it's 8.
Well, just
Doesn't want to go for it yet.
How big is that guy? Okay. 5.
So this is for 9.
Oh well, I figure you got something, but it's not making too much limited options. It's gonna double block the Mender.
He's going to double block and try to get that Freakus Mender off the table.
yeah. Instead, he's going to get a Feral Invocation out of Ian Robertson's hand.
Goodness sakes.
Yep.
Crazy.
Did you tap your mana for it?
Looks like the first 2 games were a real slugfest, but this one is firmly in Ian Robertson's court so far. He's going to run out that Felhide Minotaur, use up his mana.
Okay.
But-
I don't know if anything can save me. There's a mountain.
Got it. Sorry.
Get the H in the wrong place on Judah's name. Can we get his name spelled right before he dies? That is the question. Yes, we got there.
He has 2 artifact creatures versus a bunch of potential intimidators here, which would normally be quite good, but
The Intimidators are gigantic.
yes. Is he just going to play that wolf and then play the
I would. Yeah. Wouldn't
the
you
Marauders and just get everybody in there? Yeah, this is probably enough anyway.
Just, a little too much
Did he
mana.
do this in the wrong order?
He can bestow.
just-
He
Oh,
can
bestow.
yeah.
too, yeah.
Well, I can block whoever
Are you dead yet?
But
Question mark?
Seems like I've probably done enough.
yeah.
There's the
That's
hand.
going to do it right there. Ian Robertson
Congratulations.
is going to advance. So we got our semis.
Okay.
Took a little bit of work, but
Yeah.
we did it.
Those are good matches.
Yeah.
By the way, Daniel Fournier.
Congratulations.
Still haven't lost.
He's not
Still
doing
going.
any losing.
Why would you lose? The goal is to win all the games.
Again,
His deck is cool.
again, I go back to Bull Durham.
Even